I'd like to call the meeting of East China Charter Township to order at 7:30 p.m. Roll call. Mr. Freehan is here. Mr. Boda?
Here.
Mr. Batsalas?
Here.
Ms. Babel?
Here.
And Mr. Blackstock and Mr. Horn and Supervisor Simons are absent. Also in attendance, Township Manager Steve Paparelli. And Ms. Babel, will you lead us with the Pledge of Allegiance?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
At this point, I would entertain a motion to appoint a temporary chairman.
I make the motion to appoint Treasurer Boda to serve as temporary chairperson.
I'll support.
Okay, we have a motion and support. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Mr. Boda, it's your meeting.
Okay, thank you. Okay, next item on the agenda is to approve tonight's agenda. Are there any additions or deletions?
If there are no additions or deletions, I'll make a motion to approve the agenda as presented tonight.
Okay,
I'll support.
we have a motion and support to approve the agenda. All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Next item on the agenda is to approve the minutes of July 15th, 2019.
I move that we approve the minutes of July 15th, 2019 as submitted.
Okay,
Support?
have a motion and support. Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor of approving the minutes signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Next on my agenda is public comment. Is there anyone in the audience like to talk about anything that's not on the agenda? You would you like to go to the podium, please?
Okay, my name is Tracy Hamlin. I live at 472 Francis Street here in East China, which I love it. I've lived here a long time. I just wanted to say something about the water bills. Last year, my water bill was really, really low, so I inquired about it, and we had someone come out and put a new thing underneath my house to calculate the water. And then the water bills didn't move at all. They were the same for 5 months. And so I inquired again, and they didn't do anything. Inquired again, they didn't do anything. So this last time I inquired, the lady at the desk, I don't know what her name is, but she said she would look into it. And this lady did. And Blaine came out on the 24th of July and replaced the unit again. So I don't know if that one's working yet because I haven't gotten a bill since then. But from Irene, she's the treasurer up here, I talked to her and she said she's going to prorate all of my bills in the past. I just think that's incredibly wrong because how do you know how much water I used? And that wasn't my fault. I asked about it a year and a half ago. They, just kind of let things go. I thought that would fix itself or something. I don't know. But I just feel that she said I had to pay like $300-400 in September. It'll be added to my September bill. But this was a year and a half ago. Why am I paying a whole big lump sum when I'm a single mother, I don't have, my daughter's not with me anymore, but, yeah, I have to pay my bills. I can't come up with $400 or $500 for one water bill. So that, I don't know what you guys can do for me, but I just thought to bring it to your attention. I don't know how many people this is happening to, but I just
You
don't
said
think.
that Blaine, that Blaine did come out to your home.
Blaine came out on the 24th of July, and he did replace it again.
Okay.
So we're hoping that it's fixed. I don't know until I get my next water bill.
I know that there has been some issues with the new water, that they've been putting in, the meters that they've been putting in. And I
Okay.
do also know, and I do think, Cindy, that we're going through and doing an audit of our, water billing. We're doing a complete audit of it. Is that not correct, Cindy? Didn't we, order those, the machines to, is that what Blaine is doing?
He's doing a replacement program, trying to get all the meters of the same type, which are the radio read meters.
Right, and that's what the first one was, that the guy replaced a year and a half ago, and I can't remember his name, but he was a young man. And it was the same meter that he replaced the second time. So apparently it wasn't working from the road, you know, they're the ones that you can read from the
Right,
road.
right.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. So, I don't know, I just think it's unfair to me to have to pay a $500 bill when it wasn't my fault.
And we don't even know that the $500 bill, it's an estimate. They're just using a formula to estimate it. And her estimate could be as good as your estimate. You know, it's just
So we
like
give
pulling a
them
number from the sky.
Each month for the radio
So-
read.
I'm her uncle, by the way.
It should.
Bernie Reagan, I live on Point Drive.
That's what should happen. But you did say that you received several low bills prior to that,
Yes.
correct? That were a lot lower than what they were.
Yes.
So I
And
think,
somebody had told me up here that I had asked, and I said, well, that you're not paying as much now because you're only paying for the water that you use. And I said, okay, well then, I guess that's what I pay.
And then
You know, it was just like, I was trying to correct it before it got any worse, and then all of a sudden it backfired on me, in which it shouldn't have, because I was the one that inquired about it.
right.
And we still don't know actually how much water she was
And-
using.
Because they can't figure it out. I said, can you figure out exactly how much water that I used?
So they have a formula that they said, we just take a standard formula and you'll pay that. And that's what she considers unfair.
Okay.
And paying it all at once. I can't afford to pay that all at once.
So we're asking for your help.
It'll be a 3-month cycle. It'll be a 3-month cycle.
Yeah.
Did you just receive your last water bill?
I just paid it. I got it.
Okay, now how long, so you won't be getting your other one for 3 months now?
September.
correct? September. you'll
She
be
said
getting the next one.
September, yep. Yeah, I won't get it till September. So when I get it in September, she said the past is going to be on it. She said I could make payments before, but that's not enough time
Yeah,
for me. I don't know,
but I don't think, did she tell you, she didn't tell you how much your water bill is gonna be?
she said it'd be around, she said like $350 to $400, plus what my bill is. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Right,
probably
right.
gonna be about $500.
What is your usual water bill?
Well, for the past 5 months, it was only $37.25.
Okay.
That's why I inquired about it, and it's usually around 100, 120.
We'll mention it to Larry once he gets back, our supervisor, once he comes back again, and we'll see what happens with that next, until that next water bill comes in. So I
Okay.
think right now, with it being in transit, I don't think there's much we can do about it at this time, until we can actually see what it comes out to be.
There should be no more estimated bills. They should be all good bills from the radio reach.
It's-
You just drive down
Yeah,
the
but I don't think all the radio reads aren't in yet, are they, Cindy? I don't think all the radio reads are in.
I don't know offhand.
Yeah.
It was getting pretty
Yeah.
close to being caught up with the initial.
Because once all the radio reads are in, there won't be any more estimated bills, because
Right.
just drive down the street. and-
Right, that's what they were supposed to do a year and a half ago. Because I had that unit in there a year and a half ago.
Have we had any other complaints about this, Cindy? Any other complaints? Anybody, any other residents come to you about this?
So it wouldn't come to me, it would come exactly how it did through Irene.
Through Irene.
And not having any background information, we haven't discussed it, so I can't offer any input
Okay.
right now.
We'll look into it. We'll look into it and see what we
Okay.
come up
And see
and,
if you can't work a deal where
Right.
maybe quarterly she could get caught up or something.
Right,
I mean, that's all we're asking for.
Right.
Is the time to,
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, well, like I said, we'll see once that next bill comes in, and we'll ask Larry and
Okay,
see
when the
if we
bill
get together
comes,
with Irene and just see if there's something we can come up with.
so
Should she see
Should-
Cindy at that time, or Larry?
when
or-
I get the bill?
Why don't
or-
I've got your address, I'll chat with Irene tomorrow. She's obviously gonna recognize the street address if you've had conversations.
Oh, yeah, she'll, because I've called her 3 or 4 times.
All right, well,
Yeah.
let me see what I can find out based on that street address.
Okay,
But you did say you contacted the office here several times?
Yes.
During the past year?
yes, yes. Every time I came up and paid my
What-
water bill, I asked about it, and they did nothing.
Because it was low, you were
Yeah,
questioning why?
I was questioning why it was low. Because
you
I
have-
didn't want to eventually get a huge
That
bill.
was an unusually
Right.
low bill for
Yeah.
what you typically.
The one lady, that when I came up here, she says, well, you're only paying for the water that you use now, so your bill's going to be lower.
This makes any sense.
So, you know,
We have it on record.
Okay,
Her
so
bill
there's,
is right.
there should be some record of what your bills were. Irene would have that, so.
yeah, that's what she was going to go
And I-
through my old bills and,
These sorts of things do happen, and what you have to do is go back and reconstruct, but as Angelo said and other people said, there will be an attempt to at least work with you and understand that you made an effort to do some things, and so what effort can we make to
Okay.
not hit you all at once necessarily?
okay,
Because had you paid what you typically had been paying each quarter, then you really wouldn't, you'd only be hit with, most likely, the bill that you would be getting in September would be your regular bill.
correct, yeah,
Right.
yeah. If the unit works.
If,
Right, yeah.
We can only hope.
Yeah, we'll do some research on it, we'll look into it. And then,
Okay.
I mean, I'm sure we can work with you.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Do you need my phone number or anything, or?
We should be good. We pretty much have everything in our
Okay.
billing system, so
Okay.
unless you want to, I don't want you to have to stay, but if you want to jot it down before you leave.
I can jot
then
it down
make
for you.
sure.
Absolutely.
Thank you, fellas.
Thank you.
Thank
Okay,
you so much.
thank you.
There you go.
I'm gonna give you both.
Got the consent now. Is that, which one is the consent now? Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
Thank you so much.
Okay, you're welcome.
I appreciate your time.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Have a good evening. Okay, next item on our agenda is the consent agenda. First item, C1, is the July 2019 building permit report. C2 is July 2019 Marine City Fire Authority report. And we have also C3, which would be July Board of Review minutes.
I would move to receive the report, the July 2019 building permit report, the July 2019 Marine City Fire Authority report, and the July Board of Review minutes.
Okay, there's a motion.
I'll approve.
Support. Thank you.
He made the motion, I approved.
You approve, okay. There's been a motion and a support. Any further questions? If not, all those in favor signify by aye.
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 Opposed? Carried. Next item on our agenda are the disbursements. We have disbursements of the invoices, $67,231.90. Accounts payable, $125,031.06. Payroll, direct deposit, $67,780.15. And electronic fund transfers are $71,769.80, for total disbursements of $331,812.91.
I'll make a motion that we pay the bills in the amount of $331,812.91.
I support. I
You
support.
support, okay, there's been a motion and support to pay the disbursements in the amount of $331,812.91. Have roll call, please.
Mr. Boda?
Yes.
Mr. Patsalos?
Yes.
Mrs. Babel?
Yes.
Freehand votes yes.
Okay, carries. Okay, next item on the agenda is new business. Let me get caught up here. Okay, under new business, item number 1 is St. Clair Power Plant tax discussion. I did talk with Larry on this. You'll see in your agenda, there's this letter. What Larry would like is get the authority from the board to represent East China in the picking of a lawyer to take care of this situation. And actually, the best motion would be what's down here on this paper. It says action, authorize Supervisor Simons, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I make that a motion.
I'll make a motion that we authorize Supervisor Simons to secure our counsel for the purpose of the St. Clair Power Plant tax discussions.
Support.
In whisper. Okay. It's been a motion, is there support?
No.
Oh, Bob support, okay. Any further questions? If not, all those in favor, signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Okay, item 2 under new business is the purchase of new desktop computer and software for the building department. You got an item in your agenda about that.
He has an old computer. that's
He
broken
has
down.
one that was brought over that we basically were going to dispose of, but instead we repurposed it as he was starting up and needed something to use when he started, so it's failing.
Okay.
Well, that pretty much, then we should be pretty well for computers in the office, then I think we pretty
Well,
much
so
have-
we did all of our office computers. This is a kind of a building
Building
department,
department.
is a separate
Okay.
department, separate revenue fund. He pretty much manages his own budget, and if he wants to purchase something, computer, printer,
Okay,
things like that, of course, you have the authority to approve it, but be assured it's in his budget and it's something that he's looked at. So as far as your question goes, there is another office computer that may need replacing
One more.
soon. And that is it's the building secretary, but again, that would be a shared cost. She does work for building department and she does some general office work as well.
okay, thank you.
Okay,
I would make a motion to purchase one new desktop computer as provided on the high-tech quote, including Microsoft Office 2019 and Office 365 Business Essentials for each at a cost not to exceed $1,800 for equipment and installation.
I support.
give a motion, we have support. Any further questions?
Excuse me.
If not, all those in favor, signify by
You need
aye.
a roll
We got a
call.
Roll call.
Oh, I'm sorry, you're right, roll call. Roll call,
Ms. Babel?
Yes.
Mr. Patsalos?
Yes.
Mr. Boda?
yes.
Freehand votes yes.
Okay, that was my fault. Okay. All right, third item under new business is purchase Cretex Pro Ring manhole adjustment systems. You have a letter in here. Explains what it is and what they want to do. And under action requested. I'll make a motion that we purchase of 20 Cretex Pro Ring manhole adjustment rings and adhesive as indicated in the attached price breakdown for a total cost of $2,392 plus shipping.
I'll support.
Okay. We have a motion, we have support. Any further questions? If not, all those in favor signify by aye.
Roll call.
You need roll call.
Oh, roll call again. What's wrong with me? Okay, roll call, I'm sorry.
Mr. Patsalas?
Yes.
Mr. Boda?
Yes,
Freehand votes yes. Ms. Babel?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
I said that was English. Good old tonight. Okay, item 4 is purchase FP 700 folder, inserter, and sealer. There's information in the agenda here tonight.
I believe you talked with Larry on this, and I think this is an excellent idea for our office staff. It could replace our newsletters that go out. It's a machine that folds everything up, puts it in the envelope, seals the envelope for you, and it's ready to be mailed out. And I think it'd be a very good thing to have in the office. The only thing I'm not sure of, and I don't know how the board feels about it, is the maintenance agreement for $636. I think that's rather steep. I mean, I don't know how much can go wrong with it, and, my God, if we get 4 years out of it, we can just buy a new one. I mean, but again, that's,
I believe the rate, the quote was presented, that first year is included,
yes.
and the option to continue that would be at our discretion. So I've spoken with the staff, and they would keep an eye on how often we call in for service and see if it's something that would be beneficial or not.
Okay, so
over
we
the
can
first
add
year.
that within our first year, then we could add it if we wanted to?
After the first year, when the free year expires.
Okay.
We could kind of see how many times have we called them,
Right,
does it
okay.
make sense? If we would have, got our return on investment
Right.
easily, then it would make sense. If not, probably wouldn't extend that.
The motion then, it does not include, that was the question I had, it would not include like 4 years' worth of maintenance. It really is just for the purchase of the machine, which includes 1 year of maintenance, and then with an option to purchase
Extend.
maintenance if we so choose.
Correct. That's how we have presented it.
The second question, because as Mr. Pasalas mentioned, various departments could use it, would this go into a particular budget account? I know we could use it for stuffing absentee ballot applications.
Correct.
Right. I believe the way our budget is currently set up, there's just a general office
Okay.
supplies, which it would come out of. Had it been a year from now, we might have a different discussion about that, but right now, it'll be the general office expenditures for office equipment.
Okay.
And yeah, we will be using it for, I believe we're going to go to full-page water bills, which would allow us to put some notices and notifications on that bill instead of on that tiny card. So that's kind of what prompted this whole discussion, was the full-page water bill option.
Okay, has been a motion, is there support?
Who made
No.
it? We didn't. Who made
I'll
it?
make the motion that we purchase a FP 700 folder inserter sealer for a price not to exceed $32.92 and wait on the maintenance at this time.
I'll support.
We have a motion and support. Any further discussion? If not, roll call, please.
Freehand votes yes. Ms. Babel?
Yes.
Mr. Patsalas?
Yes.
Mr. Boda?
Yes.
It's all yes.
Okay, yes. Okay, last item under new business is boards and commission reappointment. Okay, this is to reappoint Diana Austin to the zoning board of appeals. Authorize Supervisor Larry Simons, along with the Board of Trustees, approval to reappoint Deanna Austin as a member of the Zoning Board of Appeals. I'll put that all as a motion.
You making the motion?
I'll make a motion.
I will support it. Just as a comment, we've been reviewing, we're in the process of reviewing all of the boards and commissions, the ones that are appointed, not the Parks Commission because they're elected, but with the intent that as we reappoint, as people get reappointed, their request to reappoint, you start staggering the years so that
Yes.
you don't have an entire board being reappointed at the same year. So you've got like 2 out of 7 people every year. It's a 3 or 4 year term. This particular one, this is critical for the Board of Zoning Appeals because of upcoming activity by the BZA, and this person needs to be formally appointed in a timely manner, and that's why it's on the agenda tonight.
Okay. It's been a motion and support, support.
I'll support.
Okay. Motion and support to reappoint Diana Austin to the Zoning Board of Appeals. Any further questions? All those in favor signify by aye.
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 Opposed? Carried. Okay, next item on the agenda is old business. First item under old business is resolution 08-2019 and application SSCRC Local Funding Assistance Program.
Do you want me to read it?
Yeah.
Resolution 08-2019, St. Clair County Road Commission Local Funding Assistance Program Agreement. The following resolution was offered by myself and supported by a board member, whereas the St. Clair County Road Commission has established the Local Road System Funding Assistance Program through policy number 75 as revised October 6, 2009, and whereas the Local Road System Funding Assistance Program provides matching funds to the townships for the improvement of local roads in St. Clair County, and whereas East China Township has identified a need to improve the Record Road using the Local Road System Funding Assistance Program. Now therefore be it resolved, the East China Township Board of Trustee makes an application to the St. Clair County Road Commission for funding under the Local Road Systems Funding Assistance Program for the year, 2019?
Correct.
2019 for the above-named road. And further, that Supervisor Larry Simons be authorized to sign the application on behalf of Charter of East China Township.
Support.
Okay, that was your, made the motion.
Yeah, and freehand support.
Who did the support?
Freehand.
Okay. It's been a motion and support for resolution number 08-2019, Assistance Program Agreement. All those in, any further questions?
This is roll call also.
Yeah. Okay.
Mr. Boda?
Yes.
Mr. Patsalos?
Yes.
Ms. Babel?
Yes.
And freehand votes yes.
Okay. Okay, under old business, item 2, Record Road SCCRC Local Funding Assistance Program Agreement.
would move that we authorize the township supervisor to sign the Recore Road road funding agreement that's being used by the St. Clair County Road Commission.
I'll support.
Okay, there's been a motion, there's been support. Any further questions? Roll call, please.
Mr. Boda?
Yes.
Ms. Babel?
Yes.
Freehand votes yes. Mr. Batsalis?
Yes.
All yes.
Okay, passes.
Who supported that?
I did.
Okay, that's good.
That's the last item on the agenda. I have no announcements. So the next item would be member comments. Angelo?
I don't have anything this evening, Don. Thank you.
Okay. Debbie? Nothing? Bob?
Nothing.
Nothing.
It's up to you.
I have nothing.
You're not like Larry, huh?
Not like Lori. Okay, and now it's time to adjourn the meeting.
I'll move that we adjourn the meeting at 8:01 PM.
Okay,
I support.
you support, Debbie supports. Okay, there's been a motion of support for ending the meeting at 8:01. All those in favor signify by aye.
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 Opposed? Carried. Thank you.